Fuck people, let's go. Don't talk close to the mic.
Yeah. But when we do talk, we need to be close to the mic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Jim says, swallow the mic.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get started in a moment here. Thank you for everyone for coming out today, and we just request that everyone, where possible, please follow the COVID rules in regards to social distancing and wearing your masks as needed. I will at this point ask everyone to remove their hats for the playing and singing of O Canada. They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. They shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
Can you put that down a little bit for me? Good. My name is John Piero and I'm from Bonaparte. It always gives me great pleasure to come down here to commemorate all the people that fought for us and died for us. You know, I'm thankful for all of you for coming here to honor those veterans. I have a song here that I sing every year. It's called Soldier Boy, and it makes me feel good to be able to do this, especially for my father who fought in the Second World War. You know, and I thank all the other people that fought for us. You know, and I always say every year, for the people that we fought against. A lot of times it wasn't their war, but they fought for what they thought was right. So I want to sing the Soldier Boy song for each and every one of you today. Soldier boy, soldier boy, soldier boy. Hey oh hey, hey oh hey, soldier boy, hey oh hey. Hey oh hey, oh hey oh hey, oh hey oh hey. Hey oh hey, hey oh hey, soldier boy, hey oh hey. You left home for us, soldier boy, soldier boy. Hey oh hey, hey oh hey, soldier boy, hey oh hey. You fought for us, soldier boy, soldier boy. Hey oh hey, hey oh hey, hey oh hey, hey oh hey. You died for us, soldier boy, soldier boy. Hey oh hey, hey oh hey, soldier boy, hey oh hey. We thank you today, soldier boy, soldier boy. Hey oh hey, hey oh hey, soldier boy, hey oh hey. I have one more song that I want to sing. This year, you know, this will be my last year here. Over the years, I've enjoyed myself singing here. You know, I have a lot of friends here, not only in Ashcroft, but the surrounding communities. I thank you, each and every one of you, for being here today. You know, and I'm glad that Kalkuki's given us a good day today. And I want to thank him for that. This is a song that we sing in honor of all our veterans that came from Bonaparte, the natives, aboriginals, you know, from surrounding areas. We thank them for us being here today. Hey oh hey, hey oh hey. Hey oh hey, oh hey oh hey, hey oh hey, hey oh hey, oh hey thank each and every one of you for letting me be here, to be part of you. Over the years, I've come here, I've sang here every year, you know, and it was always nice to meet new friends. This is what life is all about, meeting people. Don't be afraid to introduce yourself to people that you don't know. You know, this is what love is all about. So again, I want to thank each and every one of you for giving me this opportunity of being here today. All my relations. Thank you.
Grace and peace be unto you, and peace from our Creator and Jesus the Christ. The souls of all are in the hands of God. Their bodies are buried in peace, but their names live forevermore. At the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, time stands still for a moment, and we remember those who died, not for war, but for a world that would be free and at peace. Each year on Remembrance Day, we reflect upon, honor, and commemorate the sacrifices made by all the men and women who have served our country in our military forces. This morning, I'd like to focus on the service of Indigenous veterans and on the 100th anniversary of the poppy. We know there's a history of systemic and individualistic racism within our Canadian society and culture. We know that it happened with Indigenous, Inuit, and Métis veterans, and we know that it happened with Black, Chinese, Japanese, and South Asian veterans as well. Today, especially in respect to the unmarked graves of children being found in the residential institutions they were forced to attend, the focus will be on Indigenous veterans. Indigenous people have a long military history in the formation of the country, including their role in the 1812 war, where the American Army invaded what was then known as Upper Canada. It was the Shawnee chief Tecumseh, renowned for his battle skills and leadership, and who fought with Canadian troops, who captured Fort Detroit. Chief Tecumseh was the hero who saved us from being taken over by American forces. And aren't we thankful for that? Despite Indigenous military records being absorbed into the Department of Indian Affairs, estimates are that more than 4,000 enlisted in the First World War and more than 3,000 in the Second World War. We have reports that say First Nations personnel were treated as equals during their time serving in the various wars Canada entered. Yet, upon returning home, they were not afforded the same benefits as non-Indigenous veterans. Medical, educational, and property benefits were not granted to many First Nations military veterans, and prejudice and racism resurfaced upon their return and remains to this day. Despite post-war PTSD and the multi-generational trauma experienced at residential institutions, many Indigenous veterans and elders have become healers and mentors in their communities. Recognition by Canada of the contributions made by Indigenous people was hard fought. With their strength, determination, and resilience, Aboriginal Veterans Day was finally established to acknowledge and commemorate contributions of First Nations veterans, and this only happened in 1994. Now, National Indigenous Veterans Day on November the 8th is a national day for recognition and remembrance of more than 200 years of military service by First Nation, Métis, and Inuit communities. In 2001, a landmark called the National Aboriginal Veterans Monument was unveiled in Ottawa near the National War Memorial. And in September 2016, a bronze bust of a Moose Cree man, Charles Henry Bice, was unveiled in his hometown of Chapleau, Ontario, outside the local branch of the Royal Canadian Legion. He was awarded both the Military Medal and the Distinguished Conduct Medal for his actions in saving many of his troops' lives in the Netherlands and Germany during the Second World War. Currently, there are more than 2,700 Indigenous members of the Canadian Armed Forces, and Indigenous soldiers have served in Canadian deployments to Afghanistan and with the Canadian Rangers. Canadians have much for which to be grateful for the bravery, skills, and contributions made by Indigenous military forces. Thank you is not nearly enough to say for their sacrifices. And now the poppy. Not much grew between the lines in the First World War after the fighting had moved on. All that was there was debris from artillery and gunfire and a muddy expanse of hopelessness. However, the lime left in the rubble acted as fertilizer, and soon poppies began to grow. The flowers grew widely in France and Belgium, and it was the Canadian medical officer John McCrae who took notice of them. He wrote the poem In Flanders Fields in May of 1915, following the death of his friend, and his words have had a profound impact on how we remember veterans each Remembrance Day. We'll hear those words again a little later in this service. Through his poem, the poppy became an important symbol of the war. The War Office in Britain began using it as a recruiting tool, but it was two women who brought the poppy to the place of prominence it now holds in our collective memory. One woman from France, Anna Guerin, and one from the U.S., Moina Michael, created cloth poppies to sell to help to raise money for war orphans and veterans. In 1920, they convinced the National American Legion to adopt the poppy as its emblem of remembrance. Michael was immortalized on a U.S. stamp as the founder of Memorial Poppy, while Guerin was dubbed the Poppy Lady from France. In 1921, Guerin took her charity to Thunder Bay, formerly Port Arthur, where she convinced the Canadian Great War Veterans Association to adopt the poppy. 100 years later, it's still worn with respect on Remembrance Day. Today, the Royal Canadian Legion distributes about 20 million poppies annually, raising approximately $20 million to support veterans in a variety of ways. And this year, on the 100th anniversary of the creation of the poppy, the Legion is selling replicas of the handmade version from 1921, with the names of 118,000 Canadian veterans printed on the poppy's petals. How do these two things tie together? Today, we commemorate the military forces and thank all the veterans for the sacrifices they made for our freedom. And we're grateful for the way remembrance has unfolded over the last 100 years with the symbol of the poppy. Now, in this time of new awakening through the climate crisis, exposure of racism, sexism, and all the other isms, we need to explore a different way of being in the world, a way without wars, a way of negotiation and cooperation in dealing with our perceived differences. I'm not about to pretend we'll get to a perfect world with light or trite rhetoric. But I will close with some words to think about that can help move us to a better understanding of ourselves, our nations, and the people in our world. Before the birth of the physical, there was the birth of potential. Before potential, something primal, a beingness. One life, silent, unmoving, unchanging. The unspoken beauty of truth, mother only to itself. It has been called God, Tao, Divine Mother, Universal Mind, Creator. Today it feels good to call it love, or perhaps Spirit of Love, since spirit implies an all-pervading greatness as common as one's breath. Love is not an emotion or a feeling. It's the formlessness and substance permeating the seen and the unseen. It is the seed and the womb of the universe. Call it what you will, it resides just beyond the limits of our abilities to describe. It has been said, God is love. Thus, the heavens seek love, earth seeks love, people seek love. That is what makes us great. People abide on earth. Earth abides in the heavens. The heavens abide in love. Love abides in all. This is what makes us one. And a prayer. Creator God, we offer thanks for the life and health given us to carry the torch this far and ask your divine help for the future. We desire your presence with us this day, and may your guiding light penetrate the hearts of all assembled here. We pray at this time that you comfort the sick, heal the wounded, give them patience in their suffering and a happy issue out of their afflictions. Cherish the mothers, the widows, and the fatherless of all who made the supreme sacrifice in the great conflicts. Give them strength to overcome their great loss. Be near them in their solitude and give us all the will to hold the torch still high, to be an inspiration to all the world, that the peace of God, which passes all understanding, may be with us now and through eternity. Amen.
In Flanders Fields by John McCrae. In Flanders Fields the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row that mark our place, and in the sky the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard amidst the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, but now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields.
At this time, we're going to commence with the laying of the wreaths. I am not going to read out everybody that purchased a wreath this year because the list is actually more extensive than in past years. After we do the representative for our Member of Parliament, the Honourable Brad Viss, and our MLA Jackie Taggart, if you have purchased a wreath, please come up and get one. The cadets will assist you. And progress forward and place your wreath at the cenotaph. So we'll start with, like I say, the representative for Member of Parliament, Honourable Brad Viss. And the representative for our MLA, Jackie Taggart. Can you do the one for Jackie? I guess there's nobody here. Thanks. And going forward, like I say, anyone that has purchased a wreath or would like to lay a wreath, please just go forward and get a wreath from one of the cadets, and we'll progress with that for a few minutes. I'm sure I'll find something inside there.
I'm sure.
Sorry, I'm old school.
No, that's respectful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know that, yeah. Yeah, they got to get more range than what that is. Oh, yeah.
I'll give it so I totally know I didn't know what that was.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. When you consider like last year, what happened. Well, they did all this, but there was nobody around. The truck was gone. So, like, a lot of the younger people didn't involved anymore. Well, not all three were. All right. I have to count. My father, yeah. He was able to go. Yeah, my stepdad, he was just alive. He was the guy I grew up with. That's why he never talked to me.
Following this young man, we will proceed with playing of God Save the Queen, which time I will ask everyone to remove their hats. After the ceremonies are done, the cadets will be relaying the rest of the wreaths in honor of those that purchased a wreath. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out today to take part in our Remembrance Day ceremonies. After the ceremonies are complete, the Legion is open. There is a hot buttered rum available, chili, buns by donation. Please come upstairs and join us. Thank you very much, everybody.